Fire signs, this week you may feel as though you are back to the drawing board. Either there is some project that you've realized is not going to go anywhere, or you are just sort of saying goodbye to something that has fizzled out. You may feel a bit silly about this for some reason. You may feel like you've kind of fallen flat on your face and you're worried about, a bit of public ridicule there. But don't worry about that. You actually have everything it takes to find your way, to actually chart a new course for yourself. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. You've got good things ahead for you. So you don't even need to go consulting other people or researching. This page of Swords in Reverse says to me that you actually have all the answers already within you. So trust your instincts on this. Yes, it is time to move. Things are changing, but they are actually changing in your favor. So if something hadn't worked that you were sort of hoping for, let it go. This is a time that you are going to be rebuilding after a bit of separation. So this is a healing time for you. And even if something feels like it just didn't gel, it doesn't feel like it had progressed very far anyway, because it's the ace, a sort of a new passion that hasn't taken off. So hopefully you'll be able to cut your losses pretty quickly and move on. Now, as I mentioned before, you will know what to do already, and this card really does just emphasize that. You have the guidance that you need within you, and you will be guided along the way. There is an opportunity coming. Something new will knock on your door. So don't wring your hands about this opportunity that hasn't kind of panned out for you. Have faith that something new is coming in. Both of these cards indicate that. Well, the energy to lean away from is plodding along, following the money, or following, with your security being the uppermost in your mind. So this really brings to mind that phrase that the tech bros love, which is move fast and break things. That seems to be your energy advice for the week. And the energy to move towards, this is the Seven of Wands. It was in reverse, but I'm sort of taking it in the upright, because this is about really going for it, to pursue your own agenda and not giving a shit about what other people are thinking or what the barriers are that feel like they're standing in your way. This is like, no, I'm going to pursue my own goals and fuck everything else. So that seems to be the energy that you are being guided towards in this week. Well, this card flipped out in the middle of that. Oh, I will pull another one, but okay, we have Mars here, which is a bit of energy. Now, it could be agitation and conflict, but it could just be drive to get out and do something, and it's in your second house. Now, that is of your skills and talents, the things that you use to make money from. So this is your house of earned income, as well as your skills and talents. It is what your resources are that you have that you can parlay into earnings or security for yourself. So with Mars there, well, maybe you will have a bit of self-defense to undertake here. And the Seven of Wands also really emphasizes that energy. This is not only going for it, and forgetting about the obstacles, but it's also defending yourself against anything that is sort of coming at you. So yeah, that might have relevance for you for your finances. Mars in the second house, which I have in my chart, indicates money that goes out pretty quickly. So you might have to watch that this week. What else? Impulsiveness, more Mars in the first house of yourself. So you might be on a bit of a hair trigger. You might be quite quick to anger or make your displeasure felt. And this is definitely about pursuing your own agendas, putting your energy into action, and forcefully expressing yourself, imposing your will on the world around you. This obviously very Aries energy for Mars, so you fire signs should feel very at home with this fiery energy this week, but you're certainly being urged to pick yourself up and go for it in some way or another. And now on to our special other topic for the week. Well, this week's special topic for all signs is the soul's yearnings. But when I pulled out the cards to get the flavour of what this was, It did really crack me up. This is like having a lot of things on your plate, having your focus split in a lot of different directions. And the card that came out with it was restlessness, with Mercury in the first house there. Mercury being the planet of communication, of course, and of learning. And the first house is actually all about you, how you project out into the world, your demeanor. And with restlessness there, it actually had me going to look at the astrology of the week. And wouldn't you know it, Uranus, which is the higher octave of Mercury, is changing signs. It happens once every 7 years. So reasonably momentous, shifting from the very last degree of Taurus this week into the much more scatty sign of Gemini, which is Mercury ruled. So as I tuned into the energies of this week, I actually did feel a bit jumpy. I felt electric, a bit like I'd had one too many coffees today, which I have not. It's this sort of almost a sense of unease, this sort of on edge kind of vibe. So I'm not really surprised that these cards came out. It's sort of like, yes, this is what I am feeling for the week ahead. And instead of soul's yearnings, I'm sort of seeing that as your focus, I guess, for the week ahead for all of us. So given that this is the focus, what does the universe want us to know about this? Well, the emotions are very, very heavily indicated this week, not only with the person of water coming out, which is water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but just generally the realm of emotions. And the King of Cups, which is the same energy, came out in the reverse. So this is about not feeling emotionally balanced within yourself, not feeling in a position to give or receive love. And it looks as though you are feeling a little bit trapped and maybe a little bit like, not hopeless, but maybe your old dreams, especially when it comes to love and emotional commitment, are no longer kind of relevant or fulfilling, and you're wondering where the fuck to go next. You might even feel quite stupid about a decision you made in the past, or your past actions, or somewhere where you've ended up, or that's kind of what you fear. This kind of being vulnerable or sort of, open to mockery somehow. So that might resonate for some of you, but there is this energy here that is going to shift you on into smooth sailing. This is a luxury card and it's easy progress. So if you have been feeling trapped, if you have been feeling restless, things might boil up and come to a head this week. Yeah, this is very much about the emotions in the 7th house, the realm of partnerships. The moon there being love and your emotional state. It's the Cancer ruler. And yeah, it's in the 7th house. You really will be looking at the emotional caliber of your relationships this week, and if things are not the way you want them to be, it feels like you will have the opportunity to break free. And with Uranus at the moment actually conjunct Venus this week, the planet of love, if these two are impacting you in an easy way in your own astrological chart, that will bring a sudden surprising attraction to light. If it's challenging you in your own natal chart, then it might bring things to a fractious boiling point, a sudden split, like this is no longer good enough for me, this no longer works for me. And if it doesn't touch your chart directly at all, you may feel nothing, except maybe a bit of extra energy, electricity, or tension in the air, depending on your own natal chart. If you'd like me to have a look at your chart, I can do that. Go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com, because I do offer astrology readings as well, either just your birth chart or how the current weather might be affecting you. So yeah, this week, look out for emotional surprises. You want to get back into equilibrium because you might start the week feeling a bit upside down, and it really is happy relationships. You want to move in a more positive, more fruitful direction, and that opportunity will come to you this week. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. This is Sarah, as always, wishing you much abundance, love, and joy for the week ahead and beyond.